Hello to everyone, this is Vishal and again we are in a new session of the day, that is the Wear OS. So as per this technology is be going boom, and as per on my busy schedules, whenever I do something, so I will create a video on that because of not much a time to create such a brief videos or a detailed videos, but I will try to create some videos on you. So as you know that many sessions be going on the Java, Kotlin, Jetpack we have started, but I will create more videos on that, also the Flutter. And then as I told you, the Flutter and Jetpack are very similar. And nowadays as the technology be the on your we can say that on your hand, so we can, it is a Wear OS means we have to work on your watches also. So that is we discuss today how we can create these kind of layouts and how it works on. So Wear OS also be the very good apps we have to build on that. So that means you will create good apps on, and that is very simple also, just like your mobile technologies, so we can create like that. Okay, so let us start something on this Wear OS and we'll discuss about what exactly it is. So let us start that. So if we go with the Wear OS document, and if you see that there's a many apps we can build on the Wear OS, and I think it's very easy to found that on if you go with the Android site, and then if you want to build those kind of apps on. So there are many ways or many approaches to doing that, like if you go with the Java, if you go with the Kotlin, if you go with the Jetpack, that is on the new versions they have created like this. So layout become very easy on that cases. And many companies sponsor the watches, and that means, and many apps working on that which be beneficial on our daily activities. So if you go for the many Wear OS smart watches in the market, and that really a great achievement to build apps for the smart watches. So like the mobile development, watches development is also very interesting, but a little bit difference whenever we create a layout for the smart watches. So what is the difference? I will share to you. So first we have just checked that which kind of apps we can make it, like on a health and fitness apps be there. Okay, so if you're talking about the apps we can use in on our hand, that is your health and fitness, power yoga, like that you can do that daily on your daily activities. You can work on like on your chat apps, like under the media apps. So you can create multiple apps on that. Then we go for your messaging apps. So that's also be that very beneficial on that. So that's all we can build it, and the basic apps which we can handle or operate on our hand in the small screen of watch we can implement, that is on single line. So Wear OS is a new platform designed specific for a wearable devices. So that means there we have a wearable operating systems to operate that, like your mobile apps. So same we can work on that. And Wear OS by the Google lets you write the apps that helps users stay connected, so track their health, fitness goals, execute the task, express themselves. So these all we can do on our daily activity, and most of that health and fitness is on the top one priority, and also we can give the notifications like that, simple. So there are many approaches working by the Wear OS. We can implement it as a Java code, Kotlin, and the new Jetpack Compose, as I told you. So first I will describe you one by one that how we can create simple Java, then Kotlin, and then how we can use that those nowadays new version for the Jetpack Compose. So if you have developed the Androids, then features such as apps notification actions might be familiar to you. You can use your knowledge to modern Android developments when you develop for the Wear OS. So that is little we can say on your take it on the side and then work on this. That is the perfect things whenever you give the something to your user. So that means it's a great achievement on very small layouts you can show to them. Okay, So this is the recommended approaches you can work on this. So if you go with the new versions of that and the different versions of that, so where is the version of the Google's Android operating system? It is designed for the smart watches and other wearables. So it is also known as a Wear OS by the Google, and it prevalently known as Android Wear. So in the short we can say that Android Wear. So the Wear OS supports of your Bluetooth, your Wi-Fi, your 3G, your LTE connectivities, and these we can use it. And now, I mean, the new smartwatches on your 4G, 5G, these all. So the smartwatches faces including the round, squares, rectangles. So that means you have to decide that we have to create a common layout so it works in all varieties. Means it must be as in the round shapes, it be the square shapes, on the rectangular shapes. That means it can work on these all. So these areas we have to work for this. The Wear OS manufacturing partners includes your HTC, LG, Intel. Nowadays these all companies working on this and created this kind of watches, and that is the sale is on the top here. And history, if we go for the history of the Wear OS, the Wear OS platform was announced on the March 18, 2014, and I think you can check it on the Google anywhere. So this is at the same time companies like Samsung, Motorola, HTC, Asus, and like that LG, and the Samsung Gear Slides and the LG watches model launched on 25/2014. That is very old, but there were the very small fixing on things like on the layouts and likewise that. So there were at that moment, I think, whenever they created like this, so there were no much good apps be there, but nowadays it become very easy to do that. So how we can use these kind of stuffs, we can check that. And if you want to know the more about the watches, you can just go with this link, okay, and I will share to you. And this interaction types also I will show you what kind of interaction. Like in the mobiles we have a notifications, and mobiles we have apps. We can just create your, like with the splashes, with your logins, and likewise that. So how we can implement this kind of which kind of interaction types be there, which kind of apps we can use. So these all we have to learn on this areas. So if you're talking about the interaction types, so here Wear OS makes it easy to quickly glance at information and take actions like notifications, complications. We have a tiles, we have a apps, we have a voice actions. So these all we can work on this watches. So notifications means we provided ambient and contextual data. That means like our simple notifications can be expanded to offer lightweight experiences such as replying to a messages, opening location, and these kind of things we have. And apps, what that developers can create a branded engaging experiences using the native Android apps. Just like the same we can do it like your health and fitness app. So these we have. The app is destination where the user can interact with the content and complete their tasks. Just simple. So there are many entry points to an app, including the tapping on the complications, a tiles, a launcher, and just like these also. Whenever we create an app, I will show you how to create this, so we'll discuss it later. So tiles be the very important feature of this, and the tiles provide quick access to glanceable information and the action. So user choose which tiles they want to see and swipe to them from the watch face. So tiles are great for use cases in here which that user needs more information about this. Complications, also we have a complication. Watches face can tell more about than time, then can show the relevant time data by including a complication. So I will show you what I mean exactly. That is as the name, that is a complication. So that is also be the complicated for you, but I will describe you how we can use these complications be there, okay. And then we'll discuss the notification, also voice actions we have, but that I will describe you one by one, but practically, okay. So that we have to discuss, and we have some use cases we have to discuss. We have a test design also that we need to discuss, and what exactly difference between the Android OS and Wear OS, that is That is these all part we have to do one by one. So just first little bit discuss about this difference. So the Wear OS is based on the Android and it is optimized for the wrist. If you have developed the Android before, you may have used many of the same features like that. And there are some differences between how you design the mobile app and how you design the Wear OS. So that is the design your both little bit different. So focus on the handful of the critical tasks that can be done within seconds. So that means user, that means there will be the interactions, or we can say the UI surfaces, that's little bit different from your Android devices. So here we have a box inset layouts, we have a swipe dismiss frame layouts, we have a variable recycle view. So these all the main classes in which we have to work. The most important is your box inset layout. So that means it is that layout which can work on your round, square, rectangle, all kind of areas. So that means this kind of layouts you can use. And now a jetpack, uh, we can, as the jetpack introduced, that means we no need of this kind of layouts. But I will describe you each and everything. So that means we also learn this basic things, how it is start with this. Okay. So these all we have to work, and then we can say that the user interface also be the most important. The Wear OS makes it easy for the users to engage with the apps optimized for the watch. Ensure that the content is displayed on the appropriate surface. And app surface on the Wear OS are designed with the jobs in the mind. So if you have a single unit of information, the users are likely to want to glance at the multiple times of a day. Consider providing a complications. And if your content is high values and high contextual, so consider as a notification. So these are the differences you have to work with this. Okay, but these all I don't want to describe you here. It means I will discuss it practically one by one, as we have done with the uh, many projects, or we can say many tutorials before that. Okay. Okay, so let's start in Android Studio. You get just simple a new project, and on that new project you can say that it is a Wear OS. And in this you have to select that basic Wear app and say the next, and here you give just name to that, just like say the Wear OS first example, or any name to that app. Okay, and that let we finish for this. Let me close the old project. Okay, so let's see. uh, it can start now. So everything is same as we're doing for others, just the layout differ, and the classes be differ for that. But the main thing is that how you can design those layouts. So I started from the scratch in the Java. So I will show you on the Kotlin as well as on the Jetpack also. So these all. And as my other sessions be going on later the Jetpack, but in the free time we will discuss on that. Means we will create those basic apps on the Jetpack also. So soon I will build a few apps, and then we'll discuss on that. So let's see now. It configured the project. We'll wait for that. Okay, so once it's done, you just go for your any this is a Java com, and then here you can just say that I want to create a one activity, that is the empty view activity. Okay, and on this what we can say, we can just start it from the Java. So we'll show you with the Kotlin and Jetpack also. So first that is, I mean, from the scratch, so just show to you. So here we finish that main activity. So here just simply yeah, this is done. And here if we go for your main activity, and you can see that we have a layout. Just wait for this. Yeah, so you can see that here we have a basic constraint layouts on this watch. Okay, so don't go with that. I'm just creating just little build is doing. So that is the most important part because of we need a box inset layouts for all kind of various apps. Okay, so on that what we can do, we just go for any version of that. So anywhere you can just say that implementation, and here I'm just checking on that Android, Android X, and then here it is on the Wear OS, so just go for the Wear, and we have to build all this stuff. So I need a version for Wear, that is the colon 1.0.0. Okay, so let's that yeah. So the build process is going on. Just wait for this. That is the most important for your any box inset layout. That is the first step whenever you create your app. Okay, so once your build Gradle be done and then everything is fine for the Wear OS, so this is perfectly implement. This is your main activity, this is your main XML. On under XML, I just change that whatever be the constant layout, you just change for the box inset layout on that. Okay, and under that you can make your constant layout like this. So we can use that. Okay, and here make it as a match parent. This is your also be the match parent. If you go for the padding, you can just go for that padding also, and padding is your 4 dp at this time. Okay, so it's I think is a simple we have for this. Okay, yes, and is okay, fine. Okay, so this is a simple constant layout, but inside that we have to create our other layouts. So I'm just discussing about very old approaches for the Java, just for the practice of new layouts. And nowadays we you can use it everything very easily on with the Jetpack Compose. Okay, so let's discuss it here. We have two icons. One is a close icon and one is the right click icon. So these two I have implemented or designed for this. You can create from the vector images, like if you go for your drawable, you can just go for your vector set, and then this is your check like this. So I'm going for the check and giving the name of that right click. Okay, so this is our right click icon. So the same you can do that. Okay, so here what we can do, just I'm just creating a scenario under the constant layout. I need a two image button, one text inside of that. So the image button should be on the bottom and the text on the center of the top. So that is the simple scenario of that watch we have to create. So let's see. Okay, so let us start on the small thing here. That means we have to create a small layout here. So for that, what we can do, you just use the two things. One is for image button, which we created the layout for that. I mean that image vectors for that. So here, I'm putting that as in 16 dp as in the width and 16 dp as in the height. Okay, and here you can see that we have a source of image. So I'm using the close button first, and then because of it is a constraint layout, so I have to set that as discussed. We need a bottom of that layer. So what we can do, we can use it out in the bottom. and then we can see it is the bottom of that parent. Okay, so this is the bottom, sorry, it is the uh, yes, constraint bottom of that parent. Okay, so that's easy. And here I want it as in a start, so either you can use the close button before, or on the end, whatever you want, you can just put it. I'm using this is on the start, so I'm just using that constraint of start of, that is the parent. Okay, so that's it. I'm just using for a close icon, and the same scenario I'm putting for that right, I'm in right icon. So we'll see, and in here I'm just using the end of that icon. Okay, so here and to end of that parent. So we'll see the design, but you can see that it is coming as an outside of the scope. So what we need to cover all edges. So you can see that on the box edges we all, that is the simple. And then now we can see the design. You can see that this is cross and this is the right one. So you can put it as an reversible, means right here close, whatever you want on the design. Okay, so here one more thing I need to put it, that is called the text view, and the text view I'm using as in the text view, and I'm using as in a wrap contents. This is also with the wrap content, and this is I'm using as in a text, and on the text I am saying that this is my watch. Okay, and this is I'm using the text alignment be as in the center, and so that's why I'm using the constraint layout inside that. And also why you use the BoxInset layout, because of we can cover all the square, rectangle and circular images. So once you do it for the circular, the rest everything will cover on that. Okay, so one more thing, that is I need it on the top. So constraint top of the parent, I need it, and I need to cover all the start and the end of this. So start of that parent, and here you can see that end of that parent. So that means you have to cover all those areas be here. So it's an very simple scenario in which you can use these constraint layouts. Okay, so we'll see. This is my watch. So it covers one. You can see that here on that. So if you cover with the square images or the square watches, so it cover automatically be there, and the rest is based on your paddings. Okay, so according to your watch, you can design it like this. So I will also cover that how we can design that those watches also. So wear watches. Okay, so we have a totally design applications in which we can design all these things. So this is a simple layout we have to cover, and then you can put it or whatever you want, and you can just do that programming in it. So I will describe you how to do that programming, but here I'm just talking about the this box inset layout. So you have to just do the practice on that. That is an important. Okay, so as we discussed that the box insert layout, in which we have learned that it can works for all kind of devices, either means we can go for any shapes on that. So you can cover that the circular shape and your square and the rectangle with this. So if you design your app for the square watch, content near the corner of the screen might be cropped in the rounded watch. So here, so but if you're using these things, so it never be cropped. Okay, so as we discussed that you can use this, and box and set layout and how we can use it. And now we'll discuss in my second session how we can use this variable recycler view on your for that list, for that means if you want to present any list on the watch inside that. Okay, so here we, as we discussed with the box insert layout, you just practice on that, and then we go for the second video in which we will learn that how we can use the recycler view in the watches. So keep continue on the videos. I will share you the more related to that Android Wear OS and Jetpack also. Okay, thank you so much for the day.